All right, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilor Fazino,
Here.
Mayor Kaczynski,
Here.
Councilor Letty, Councilor Payanessa,
Here.
Councilor Rosso,
Here.
Councilor Yanaga.
Here.
Councilor V.
Here.
Okay. We've got an audience of citizens, a lot of people in the audience. Might take a while to get through them. Everybody online that wants to speak to us? No, don't see anybody. I'm just checking out.
There's Brendan. He's there now.
Oh, there is, okay, all right. Okay, so,
Hello, I'm
Brendan.
here.
hi, hey Brendan.
Brendan.
Okay, so we just.
How you
had a
doing?
meeting
Sorry about that.
For the Charter Revision Commission, we didn't really vote on anything last time, right? So I make a motion that we form a Charter Revision Commission and appoint 5 members. So.
Okay, Mr.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Do you have your 5 members?
Yes. So what,
That's what you should vote on, is forming the charter revision, and now vote on the 5 members.
so we just name them out.
Yep.
So Sal Bordenero, June Daly, Jeff Beach, Joe Simowitz, and Julie Earth.
June Daly. Remember?
Yes. Yes. They all meet the requirements. So,
Okay. Yes, so everybody, you should move that slate and vote on it.
Okay, so we have the 5 names and make a motion to appoint 5 names that we have just mentioned. Second on that?
Second.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? All right, so moved. And then I just like to make one more motion to appoint the chair, Sal Bordenero. We'll let maybe Brendan, you make that motion.
Sure, I'll make a motion to appoint Sal Bordenero as the chair of the Charter Revision Commission.
Second. Any comments or questions? Do we normally do that, or we let them?
Usually they do, but I don't know, Attorney Denafio. It's always been where the charter revision has elected it, but I don't know if there's a hard rule on that.
There's nothing in the statute or the charter that dictate whether the council as the appointing authority should appoint the chair or not. I've seen it done both ways. I mean, in this scenario where you have a short time frame, it's probably a good idea so that they hit the ground running and don't spend a lot of time at the first meeting worrying about appointing a chair.
All right, thank you. So we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? All right, so moved. And do we have to do anything with the schedule or just adopt?
You have to,
adopt?
yeah, say that you want the draft report by June 16th to the town clerk for submission to the town council at their June 21st meeting.
Okay, so.
So really, it's more important that the
just
June
that.
21st is set.
Okay. So, just make a motion that and by June 16th, the Charter Revision Commission submit the draft to the town clerk, and hence on June 21st, the town clerk would submit the draft to the town council. Motion. So moved. Second on that?
Second.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments?
In terms of recommendations.
Oh, we can, yeah, we can,
Just a brief discussion about
yeah,
recommendation.
we can do it. So let's just vote on this motion for the dates. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so moved. Yes, now to recommendations. Well, I guess the big one, right, is VNA. And I guess, I mean, we'll certainly leave that up to the commission and to figure out what the best way is to, whether it's changing language in the charter or removing the VNA from the charter. So we would have a little bit more, I think the reason being is not to eliminate the VNA, is to have some more latitude to attempt to move forward. And I don't know what the best word is, fix it, I guess, or just work on, obviously we're taking a big loss to the town every year, so we have to figure out how to move forward. I would certainly ask the commission to not, we don't want to end it without making sure. I would do some, if we're going to phase it out, this is just all hypothetical that we phase it out over a period of time, but at least we give it some latitude, perhaps for some more fixes to the VNA, and it's very tough to keep losing upwards of $1 million a year. And not due to the VNA, great personnel, great care, and it's just the reimbursement rates, the census, it's all, unfortunately, very difficult, which is why most towns don't have it. So we just charge the Charter Review Commission to figure out what is the best way to move it out of that, and then hopefully, whether it's the council, board of finance, town manager, and the VNA itself, we have a little bit more latitude to work on figuring out how to go forward and not be such a drain on the town finances. That's one thing. That's my thing. Yeah.
One, the resident requirement for town manager.
Oh.
Seconded.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
The other issue is the staff keeps coming back to enlarge the purchase orders.
Oh, yes.
Enlarge that minimum.
Yeah, we can, because we can go to 25,000, right? With the staff. I think that's now. Huh? Now we're at 10, right? Yeah, I think we want to go to 25, right? I think that's the
State statute's 25, right, Jeff?
25.
Yes, it
right?
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's that. And I know I talked to Attorney D'Onofrio a little bit. There is other tweaks in there, language tweaks. We'll have to maybe let the commission look at it and talk to town staff and maybe ask Attorney D'Onofrio too. There's things he's found and we've all found probably in the charter that could be a little bit clearer in different areas. So that's a very broad statement, but at least they could look through it if there's things that we all remember.
Do we have a technical change question, Jeff?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Could we have one question be a technical one and encompasses all of the really technical changes to the
Yes. Yeah, you're talking
Including-
about cleanup revisions?
Yes.
Yes.
charter? Including the residence requirement for the manager, town manager?
That's substantive.
Separate.
That's a substantive change. That's not really a cleanup.
I kind of got lost in the weeds last time.
It was on question 5 last time. That's why nobody, yeah. it didn't get voted to.
We have to see what they come up with, and then you can group them together for question purposes.
And
And so, Jeff, so we talked about, as far as an attorney, helping them. You can help them, right? Or no?
Well, I mean, I'm the council's lawyer.
Right?
Typically, the Charter Revision Commission has their own counsel,
Okay.
because at some point you guys may butt heads.
Yeah.
And I'm your lawyer, so I can't be both the commission's lawyer and the council's lawyer. I can certainly answer questions for them about the existing charter. I can talk to them about different edits, for example, on the VNA. Maybe one way to do it. See, you have a statutory duty to provide this public health service. And right now, the problem with the charter is that the charter specifies only one way of providing it. So my suggestion would be is to make it more flexible so that you have multiple ways of providing it, whether it be through a third party outside consultant, whether it be through the Berlin VNA, whether it be from some direct contractor. I think if you just make it more flexible, you don't run into these problems of saying, hey, this isn't working, but we can't change it because of the charter.
Okay, good. Well, so that you can help them with.
Yeah, I just can't, if the problem is if they don't have their own counsel and then they say, hey, this is what we want, and then I'm sitting there at a town council meeting and you guys disagree with them, then we have a conflict issue.
Two questions, if I may. So, how do we need to appropriate funds for them to retain outside counsel, or how do we, okay.
Yep.
Right. And in terms of VNA, is there a way that we can redefine the services provided? Is that one way in which we can address the issues with VNA? Or do you recommend just simply adjusting language entirely?
We can do it either way. We just have to make sure that we provide a mechanism of providing in the charter how we're going to satisfy our statutory obligation to provide those public health services. But like I said, it really doesn't have to be narrow or as specific as it is. So I think, Jack, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, there's a lot you can do. You just have to have some provision for it. That's all.
Yeah. Provide the opportunity and the resource if all the.
Yeah. You can say, at the town council's election, it will be provided one of the following ways.
Okay. All right. No. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I know it's not an easy issue, but we'll come up with something to give us the flexibility. As far as the attorney goes, now the last time, in reminiscing with Kate today, we didn't have an outside attorney. Now, one of the members was an attorney, Paul Argosy.
Yeah.
But we didn't use an outside attorney. And I mean, I know he was on the commission, and I know he's, was
I thought they did because the charter was just about done when I got appointed in 2016. Right. And I had asked Bob Weber about it, and he said, no, the town attorney is not the Charter Revision Commission's attorney. They have somebody else.
Right.
So I thought they had somebody.
Can we go back and?
They didn't.
They didn't.
No,
Okay,
I was.
So they didn't have her.
No, they
Okay.
had Paul Arkin. Paul was the,
Yeah. Well, we don't have that this time.
We don't have any attorneys this time.
No.
It's probably good to have that outside resource who's
Yeah. We
not
need it.
on the revision committee itself.
So we're gonna have to figure out who that outside resource is. So I don't know who that will be.
There's a lawyer in New Haven that I know who does a lot of charter revision, who's very good. His name is Steve Mednick.
Okay.
He's done a lot of charter revisions around Connecticut.
All right. And it would be obviously as needed. right?
Yeah. Well, one way you could play it would be, you could have me help them initially and then have him be on call so that if there's some issue where the commission and the council butt heads, he's available to jump in.
Okay. That might make the most sense.
We can always appropriate the money at that time.
You're right. I would agree.
Sure.
But we don't have to appropriate it now, do we?
No.
Okay. So does that make sense to everybody?
Does to me, yeah.
Sure.
Keep it to start, the better.
Well, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
I guess ideally, we hope that it doesn't even come to
Come to
that.
that, right. That's what I.
I guess the intention is to be.
Everybody's on that page, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only
Right.
reason I raise it, Jack, you'll understand this is, a lot of times lawyers get themselves in trouble by waiting too long to wave the conflict flag. And this is already a very short turnaround. And I just don't want to be in a situation where a few months from now, there's an issue and I say, hey, they have to get their own lawyer, and you guys look at me and say, geez, why didn't you tell us that in May?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Can you send me that contact information, Attorney Denafrio?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we don't want to wait. I mean, we know we got to do it if we, so we'll put that in place and we'll find some money somewhere. I'm sure there's money. Come on, there's a money tree in the back. It's not a money
It
tree.
was Kevin to tell us there's no money.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, we don't have any money at this point. Well, it's the government. They always have money. We just can't, we can't try more like the federal government. I forgot. That's all right. Maybe we can. Well, I might be in trouble. It depends on how good the fakes are, Secret Service finds it or not. Okay, what else? Anything else we can think of?
I think
Okay.
Counselor Van Ness hit the nail on the head with the town manager residency requirement. That was the other thing that I was thinking about going into this. Other than that, just one thing came to mind a couple of months ago when we were making our appointments. And just if there's any way we can clear up some of the language pertaining to the deadline for appointments.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if there's anything to be
Yeah.
done, but that was just, I know that was a recent issue that came up.
Yeah, everyone thought there was a deadline, but we not.
So what
I
appointment?
think we all came to the conclusion
Appointments of board.
we had the discretion to not do anything.
Yeah.
Remember
we put it off a couple times, waiting for more applicants, and I think there was something in the charter about it, maybe, well, that was someone's interpretation though, right?
Right, just based on, I think one person's reading of it. Like I said, I'm not sure that there's really much to be done about it. I think Jeff addressed the issue very adequately in that situation.
Right.
Maybe if it's, if the charter commission deems it necessary, take a look at it.
Yeah.
See if it's open to multiple interpretations, and if it is, maybe tighten the language up a little bit. But that was the only other situation that came to mind for me. Obviously, with it being such a tight deadline, I think, in terms of expediency, focusing on all the issues that we agree on, I think there's a really good baseline that we have of things that we want to clean up in the charter, and let's take care of business.
Yeah, there may be, I'm sure, whoever we have appointed, they do have minds of their own, and, we'll see what they come up with along the way, because I'm sure there'll be some things, and hopefully we can discuss that, right? And figure out if it's something worthwhile to do.
I think the town manager has some suggestions. too.
Oh, good, okay.
All right, so as you know, the commission had, the Charter Revision Commission has to meet.
Yes.
They probably, I understand that Sal's been appointed as chair. They may want to elect a vice chair,
Okay.
just in case Sal can't be at a meeting or something. And then they have to establish their schedule, and they have to schedule their first public hearing. So they have to have a public hearing before they do any substantial changes to the chart, recommendations for the charter.
Yeah.
And the legal notice for that public hearing has to be in the paper 5 days prior to the public hearing.
So the first public hearing.
I'm proposing the first public hearing on
July
this
12th?
would be on May 24th.
Oh, May 24th is the first.
That we have a meeting either, sometime next week, either on the 16th or the 18th
Okay.
to organize the,
Oh, I see right there, yeah, okay.
those are my suggested dates,
I got
just to,
Okay, you know what I'll do, Kate, we'll have, Sal call you. You can read him the right after, but they gotta get done.
he's good.
Yeah, no,
He'll
no,
be
I know,
excellent.
Sal follow
you know.
the way
Yeah, he's very good. So he's been great on Board of Finance,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm sure that,
Yeah, he'll follow. It's gotta be done, so, okay, so I'll just, touch base with him, tell him to give you a call, and hopefully they can do their meeting next week and move forward. Anything else? Are we good? Everything good?
I think so.
All right, good, Donna?
I'm
Brendan?
good.
Mike? Good.
All set?
All right, so, hey, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Second? Second, we're all seconding? Yeah, we're second. All right. So moved. We're out of here.
Thanks, folks.
See you.
Have a good night.
All right,
Have a
good night.
weekend.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for coming around tonight. So, It was fairly painless.
A quick meeting after some really long ones.
Oh,